All right, everybody. So I just wanted to let you know that recently Alfred has put an application onto our iPads, which I think might be really useful in helping us maybe modeling some work for our students. And it ties in really nicely to Google Classroom. The app that I'm referring to is Educreations. And so in this case, I'm just going to click on the app and it'll bring you into Educreations. It shows you everything here. But right now, if I click on the gear at the very bottom or the little face of the person, it's going to now want me to sign up or log in. So once you do this process once, it should remember your credentials. But in your case, you are looking at creating an account. Unless you've worked with Educreations before, and you're going to go create an account. You're going to say that you are a teacher, and you go through the process. You can either create the account by just typing all this in, or you can choose by clicking the Google button, and it'll walk you through a process. Now, so sign up using Google. We're going to click on that. It's going to say Educreations wants to use google.com to sign in. We say continue, and it now brings us to this point. Now, because on my mobile device, it has already my epsb.ca account there, this is a pretty easy, seamless sort of process. If you don't see your name there, you would have to click, it'll probably prompt you to add your account in at that very time. One thing that I want to mention, at some point throughout the registration process, you may have been asked to enter in a school. Now, if you just went and typed in the La Pearl school, it may have not come up. I'm not sure why that's the case. I see a whole bunch of other schools that are listed there. So you may be asked to manually enter in your information. The reason I say that is because once you enter in your school and it verifies it, because of COVID-19, we will get Pro Classroom Edition, which I think just gives you a little bit more storage room and some flexibility in some of the applications. Just something to keep your eyes on. Okay, so once you've gone through that entire process, you have yourself logged in, you've used your Gmail, your EPSB account to get yourself in there. You may or may have not already assigned yourself to La Pearl School. On your iPad, you'll have this main screen. Now you see I've added a couple things in here. I actually used this 6 years ago when I was first playing around with Educreations. Basically, from what I understand, when you look at the very top and you see the plus sign, I click on the plus sign and it creates a blank space for you to be able to work in. You can see at the very top that you have a recording button, that red button with the microphone that'll allow you to narrate or be able to lead your students through your various activities. You have a variety of colors that you can use. You have an eraser. And basically, this is your virtual whiteboard and what you can potentially do for your kid. All right, so I'm in this space right now, and when you're working in it, you can either just use your finger to write some numbers or whatever you're doing on the page, or if you have a stylus, you can use that as well. So basically, I'm just going to push this record button. Let's see what happens. So it says Educreations would like to access your microphone, and yeah, why not? So away we go. So here I am. I've created a triangle, a right angle triangle, and I have 3 and a 6, and I want to solve the part of the triangle that has not been labeled or identified. I know this is not the greatest math tutorial that I'm creating, but I'm doing my best. So once I've walked the students through and I show them the process, and of course you can add pages as you're going with the plus sign, I'm just going to be giving my students this virtual tutorial, and this is a video that you can now provide them so that they maybe have a little bit of extra support and help during them doing an assignment for you. So I'm now going to push the pause button. And we can see that my video was 51 seconds long. And if I wanted to play it right now, Okay, got it. Yeah. All right, so we'll go to the very beginning here. Let's take a look at what happens. Yeah, why not? So away we go. So here I am. I've created a triangle, kind of echoey feedback sound happening. Now, the best I can sort of figure out, your final product is not going to be like that, but it's probably because I was trying to screen record and play the video at the exact same time, so it was creating that little bit of echo. So now what we want to do is process the video, and in the top left-hand corner, you see that arrow, piece of paper with an arrow. I'm going to click on that, and it says save the draft, so I could always come back and continue working on it, or I'm going to save finished video. And I do that process, and it wants me to give it a title. So triangles, we'll just call it that. And I could make subject area if I really wanted to. I could assign a grade to it. I could make a description, and keep for yourself and share privately. So I'm going to keep it at that and hit save. And so now it's part of, are you enjoying? Oh yeah, we're really enjoying that. And it's now part of my collection of various videos that I've done. So in this case, yeah, why not? So away we go. So I can now click on it. So here's my finished product. I can give it a heart. So this is one of those videos I really, really love. Or I can click now on the piece of paper that is pointing with an arrow up. And that is going to be our opportunity to save it or share it, I'm sorry. I can either send it as a text message, but also in my collection, I have Google Classroom. Now, if you don't have that icon there, sometimes you have to click on the More button just to get some more information. So I'm clicking on Google Classroom. It now goes to the Google Classroom that I have open on my tablet, on my iPad. Takes a bit of time to get it, I guess, connected. But once I'm there, so now I'm in the Lacusta demo class, but say I wanted to go to any of the other classes that I have access to, I just select that class, but we'll put it here, and I'm going to now just make an announcement. I'm not creating an assignment or anything, but just make an announcement, and video to help. Whatever. You can decide how you want to say that. But here's the neat part. So if I go under students, now I don't have a lot of students listed here, obviously, but you would have your students. So this is maybe where you can do some differentiation as well. It might be to all the students that you send it to, or it might just be to a few students. So then I hit the little paper airplane to make it happen. And it has now been, as it uploads, it's now been posted to my Google Classroom. And I'm just going to go to Google Classroom here and go to the Lacusta demo class. And sure enough, there it is, video to help. I click on it, they click on the link, and it brings them right to the supportive video for them.